Picture this: a cold, starry night, an eerie silence, a sudden flash of light, and then nothing. It's a scenario that sparked intrigue and controversy in equal measure: the enigma of UFO abductions. This is a world where the ordinary meets the extraordinary, where what we know, or think we know, is turned on its head. An uncharted realm of the mysterious unknown. Could you have been a guest of the uninvited, interstellar kind and not even know it? Let's find out. Ever felt like you've lost chunks of time you can't account for? You could be a time traveler or... Now let's dive deeper into the enigma of unexplained time loss. A phenomenon that's often reported by individuals who allege they've been whisked away by extraterrestrials. Imagine this: you're driving along a familiar route, when suddenly you arrive at your destination with no recollection of the journey. Your watch reveals that several hours have passed, yet it feels like mere moments. This isn't a case of daydreaming or zoning out, it's an inexplicable loss of time, hours, sometimes even days, that have mysteriously vanished from your memory. It's like a scene from a sci-fi flick, isn't it? But for some, it's a chilling reality. Scientists and skeptics might argue that it's a psychological phenomenon, a product of stress or trauma, but could it be a sign of something more out of this world? A missing watch is one thing, but missing time, that's quite another, right? Unexplained scars, marks or burns on your body, and no memory of how they got there. It's a chilling question, isn't it? But it's one that many reported abductees find themselves asking. Physical signs are often a disturbing aspect of supposed extraterrestrial encounters. Imagine waking to find a strange mark or scar that wasn't there when you went to bed. You might shrug it off as a sleepwalk stumble or a forgotten scrape, but what if it's more? These marks often appear overnight with no recollection of any injury or event that could have caused them. Now let's take it up a notch. What about burns? More severe and harder to explain away, these burns are often found in peculiar patterns, not typically seen in everyday mishaps. Of course, it's crucial to consider all possibilities. Maybe it's a medical condition, an unknown allergy, or even just a bug bite. But isn't it intriguing to ponder? A souvenir from space, perhaps? Nightmares that feel too real, too strange to be just dreams. Have you ever woken up from a sleep, heart pounding, with vivid images of alien beings or bizarre abductions fresh in your mind? If these nightmares are recurring, they could potentially be more than just figments of your imagination. These dreams may be filled with strange symbols, unknown languages, or even alien creatures. They may involve you being taken away, experimented on, or communicated with by these extraterrestrial beings. It's important to note that these aren't your average nightmares. They're incredibly vivid, often leaving a lasting impression that's hard to shake off. Some abductees report feeling a strange sense of familiarity or déjà vu with these dreams, almost as if they're reliving experiences rather than dreaming them. This is not to say that all such nightmares are indicative of an alien encounter, but if they persist and are accompanied by other signs, they could possibly be a part of a larger picture. Sometimes nightmares are more than just bad dreams. Ever wake up unable to move with a strange sensation of being watched? Imagine this: you're lying in bed, the world is still, but your body is frozen. You're trapped in your own body, and you sense a presence in the room. This isn't a horror movie plot, but a phenomenon known as sleep paralysis. Intriguingly, some believe it might be more than just a sleep disorder. Sleep paralysis is a state where you can't move or speak as you're falling asleep or waking up. It's usually accompanied by hallucinations and a sense of dread. But what if they're not just hallucinations? What if the unusual sensations and eerie presence are signs of an extraterrestrial encounter? Some abductees report experiencing sleep paralysis before or after their supposed encounters. They speak of unusual sensations, like a tingling feeling or a sense of floating, that are out of the ordinary. Is it merely a coincidence? Or could these experiences be signs of something more otherworldly? Sleep paralysis or extraterrestrial paralysis? You decide. Feeling not quite yourself lately? Mood swings, sudden personality changes? Now, we're stepping into the realm of the mind. Some who claim to have been abducted by extraterrestrials report profound psychological shifts. Out-of-character mood swings, unexplained bouts of anger, sorrow, or euphoria. It's like riding an emotional roller coaster, but you're not in control of the ride. Then there are the personality changes. Imagine waking up one day and feeling like a different person. Your interests change, your tastes alter, and even your views on life take a sharp turn. It's as if some unseen force has hit the reset button on your character. These changes can be disconcerting, even scary, but remember, they could also be signs of stress, trauma, or other mental health issues. So if you're experiencing such shifts, it's always a good idea to seek professional help. When I woke up on the wrong side of the bed takes on a whole new meaning. Do you have an irrational fear of aliens or UFOs? It's not just about being spooked by ET or ALF. We're diving into the realm of unexplained intense fear. This fear can be so gripping it can consume your thoughts and affect your daily life. Now it's important to note that fear itself is a natural human response, especially to the unknown. But what we're talking about here is a fear that's untraceable to its roots. You can't pinpoint a movie, a story, or an event that triggered this fear. It just exists. It's as if your subconscious is warning you about a threat you can't remember. And that threat may very well be extraterrestrial. An unexplained fear of aliens or UFOs could be a sign that you've had a close encounter of the third kind. After all, fear is a response to danger. And what could be more dangerous than an alien abduction? Fear of the unknown or fear of the known? Let that question linger in your mind. Scene script. Ever felt like you've developed psychic abilities? Bizarre as it may sound, some claim to have experienced an enhancement in their perceptive capacities after what they believe was an alien encounter. Yes, we're talking about psychic abilities. Imagine being able to predict the future, or knowing someone's thoughts, or even remote viewing. Suddenly you find yourself experiencing things that once only seemed possible in science fiction. An abduction encounter might just open up a whole new world of sensory perception, or so some claim. Scientists, however, are skeptical. They argue that the human brain is a complex organ, and these abilities could be a result of heightened stress or trauma, not necessarily an alien encounter. Yet the question remains, if these abilities are indeed a byproduct of a close encounter, what does that say about our intergalactic visitors? Are they enhancing us for better or worse? A gift from the cosmos or a curse? Have you had vivid, compelling memories of encounters with extraterrestrial beings? This is our 10th sign, and it's a powerful one. Sometimes these memories can be so vivid and detailed that they seem more real than our everyday experiences. You might remember strange beings, unusual environments, or procedures that defy our understanding of science and reality. These aren't your run-of-the-mill daydreams or flights of fancy. They are profound, deeply ingrained memories that can be as real as remembering your first day of school or your last birthday. You may even experience intense emotions attached to these memories, such as fear, awe, or even a sense of connection. Remember, the human mind is a complex entity. It's capable of storing and recalling information in ways we don't fully understand. So, if you find yourself with compelling memories of alien encounters, don't dismiss them too quickly. They could be an important sign, a sign that your experience was more than just a dream, when a memory feels more real than reality. So, there you have it. 10 signs you might have been abducted by a UFO. It's a wild ride, isn't it? Let's do a quick recap. Firstly, we spoke about unexplained time loss, those bizarre instances where hours seem to vanish in the blink of an eye. Then we delved into the strange marks, those unaccountable scars or bruises that suddenly appear on your body. Next, we explored recurring nightmares, terrifying dreams that seem all too real, often featuring otherworldly beings or unfamiliar landscapes. We also discussed sleep paralysis and unusual sensations, instances where you're unable to move upon waking, or you feel strange tingling throughout your body. We then touched on mood swings and personality changes, drastic shifts in your behavior or feelings that are inexplicable. We also looked at an unexplained fear of aliens, a sudden irrational terror that can't be traced back to any particular event. Our 9th sign was the development of psychic abilities, sudden enhancements in intuition or perception that seem to come out of nowhere. And finally, we discussed compelling memories, vivid recollections of encounters or experiences that seem to defy explanation. These signs are certainly mysterious and controversial. They challenge our understanding of reality and raise questions that science struggles to answer. Could these signs be mere coincidences, or evidence of something far beyond our understanding? Only you can decide.